Hey guys, welcome back to another Album Book Club Blind EP review. Today I'm here with Logan, and I've brought him an EP for him to listen to. Are you excited, Logan?
Yeah.
Ready to see what I've brought for you?
Yeah, hope it sucks.
Oh, it's going to. I fear that you're going to get this band instantaneously. What Logan is currently listening to is Leopard on the Loose, an EP by Def Leppard. This came out in 2021. I believe it's a compilation created by somebody else. They've pulled songs from various albums and placed them together in an EP. And it creates kind of this cohesive piece. A lot of them sound very similar. I feel like Logan's already gotten the band.
Is this Def Leppard?
I knew you'd get it right away. That song is called Heaven Is. So you already got the band, and it's not a hard one to guess off their sound. Their sound is so iconic. I just wanted to bring some nice music for us to both listen to.
It has been a while since I've listened to Def Leppard. I presume this is a newer recording of it at least.
This EP actually came out in 2021.
Okay.
It was put together in 2021, and later on we do have something special. But we'll get into that later. How did you feel about this song?
This song was great. This is like a 7.5 out of 10. I love the guitar work of Def Leppard. I always have and I always will. It's never super over the top in the difficulty. Don't get me wrong, it's very technically good, and I don't know if Phil Collins was on at this point, but I'm going to assume, since you said 2021, that is who was playing with Def Leppard. Is a master at the guitar, just knows how to play what needs to be played where.
This may need to be said because I'm unsure if this is a newer recording or not. Mm-hmm. The original song did come out in 94.
I want to say he was with them then.
Mm-hmm, probably.
Don't quote me on that one, but I want to say he was. I don't remember if he was the original guitar player, but he was pretty soon thereafter.
This may also solve the question. So all of these songs come from a different time, and one of them comes from 2015, and that's a for sure thing.
That's a for sure he was on there.
So I believe they've used the same people for all 5 of these. I think this song in particular, you get less of this Leopard sound. It's kind of their in-between sound. Not particularly their slow sound, but nothing near their fast sound. Mm-hmm. And I think this pace, it's a little bit interesting, but I like it a lot.
I feel like what we're used to usually is you kind of get more of the crowd chanty, empty side. And this is definitely a remastered recording, at the least, where they filled it in. You can tell where this was meant to have hiss in the recording to fill the space. But I would say that this is very typical of their sound, at least as far as what's gone popular hits-wise.
Oh, yeah.
Their B-sides are definitely that more the middle, which they do tend to have a good chunk of B-sides per release, minus Pyromania and Hysteria.
Minus the legendary ones.
Yeah, minus the 2 great albums. But Def Leppard is great through and through.
Yeah. You ready to get into song number 2?
Yep. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out all of our other videos. This is Def Leppard.
How did you feel with this track?
I like this track, contrary to my mid-track hating. It's like an 8.
I believe I also gave this track an 8.
Yeah, I didn't know that Def Leppard released a 2005 country album, but that's exactly where this song fits. It's great. Fucks.
Originally, this is from 96.
96?
Yeah. Off Slang.
I don't even know that album. It's definitely not the normal Def Leppard sound, but it is a fun song. I always talk shit on guys who typically tend to accidentally play country songs and not realize it, but I think that this was done on purpose because this did all the country key changes, but they just put that little bit of distortion on it.
I think this is a little different from when it was first released, and I think that it's like that for all the tracks. They're all just a little different from when they were first released, but I think the track's great. His voice is a little bit weird. It's not what you're used to hearing with his voice at all.
It's very clean. It's very crispy. It's just not right.
It doesn't feel right now.
Not enough effects.
But if you're ready to get into what's next.
Yeah, let's go. acoustic shows and acoustic sets are so very fun because you have to take a new imagining and a new light to how it works, because the leads sound like shit on an acoustic guitar, but chords don't, so you have to change a lot of your leads to like picked out chord progressions and arpeggios. It's so complicated and fun.
So Logan, the live track of the EP that came out of nowhere.
That's fun. It's like a 7.
I gave it a 6.5 because of its length, pretty much.
This feels like another like kind of country style track, which is completely fine. That's definitely an easy routing to fall into, I think, in songwriting, because you're like, well, I want to come up with a 3-chord song because I want everyone to be able to feel the movement, and then play along with it and feel it and be able to sing along. And that's what a lot of country music is written to be. And so that's in songwriting just where you tend to fall in easily. And I think this is definitely a product of that.
Yeah, this feels very much like a for the crowd type of song. Like, oh, this is the song we want to play when we want everybody singing with us.
He does say it at the beginning, now this song, everybody sings.
Yeah.
So I think that is definitely it. It was meant to be a 3-chord sing-along. And I respect musicians who do that because they may not necessarily fit on your album or anything like that, but you've got to have it out there so people can find out what the words are to have at your concert.
And I think the live stuff, we've seen it before where it's been overdone. I think they've kept the crowd kind of to a minimum. And it's kind of like an in-between thing for me because they did it right at the beginning, and then halfway through they had him kind of cheering through stuff, and that's the kind of thing that I get a little about. But other than that, I think they don't do anything too egregious with it being a live song.
I think most of the crowd in the middle is purely just what got picked up from their mics on stage. I presume that this was a stadium show that it got recorded off of.
Oh, for sure.
This was definitely at the time and era where Def Leppard was still up there and was still the shit. So they were definitely playing a stadium show that was probably sold out and packed to the brim.
So let's get right into track number 4.
Woo! Natalie Shea should go on tour with them.
Natalie Shea should totally go on tour with Def Leppard. That'd be sick. So, how did you feel about that one?
It was there.
Hey, you know what's funny? That's my very first note about this song. Oh, this one's here. There's some like weird, funky rhythm bass stuff going on in the middle, and I thought that was neat. But outside of that, it's just kind of here. And I thought that was really like out of place on an EP.
It's very weird. This is like, this feels like Saints of Los Angeles era Motley Crue, so like the 2012 where they've got a lot of the like sweeping effects and like the cutting out of the guitar. It's not a bad sound, it's just certainly weird. And like I said, this feels like a southern rock album. Man,
it's weird, ain't it?
Yeah, like this is like a rebel country song.
Now, what if I told you this was the song from 2015?
Yeah, that makes the most sense. Yeah, that fits the era for what hair metal was. This isn't one that I would regularly listen to. Like, even Saints of Los Angeles, there's really 2 songs off of it that I listen to regularly, and everything else I've kind of written off into existence. I'm just not a huge era, or like 2010s hair metal lover other than like Steel Panther and that.
Yeah, I will say when listening to this front to back, this is the one song on here that I felt like kind of stood out in a bad way, where it's like, oh, this is the one song that just kind of feels like it's here. And knowing that it's from 2015, I'm like, okay, so this is the one song that they didn't pull from 1993 or 1994, you know?
Yeah, they
you stayed within like 2-3 years, and then you shifted 20 years, and I don't know why.
I think if I heard an EP of all of this, it would be different. But when you throw it in with like the 90s stuff, it's just too far different era. Doesn't work together.
Yeah, I gave this a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd say 6.5.
And we're gonna get into the next one.
Woo!
Let's Jeff Buckley. Put that shit in your pocket. We bringing him with us. All right, so how did you feel about that song?
This was good. This is definitely an ending. It's like a 7.
Yeah, I gave this one a 7.5. I thought it worked really well as an ending, but also they got to like cherry pick it. So
yeah, it's no different. It's just a soft kind of like outro. It faded out really long. It was really kind of nice though, like to get that.
That's a trend with this entire album, or not album. That's a trend with this entire EP. Every single song has like a 20-30 second fade out, and I made you wait for most of them.
I'm fine with that. I like that.
But yeah, no, I thought this one was nice. We get more of that slower Def Leppard sound, and if you hadn't picked on, this entire EP was kind of that. This shows off their like, I guess it's kind of their lesser known slower songs. And it definitely has more of that like country vibe that you were talking about throughout the entire thing.
All right, let's rank this album art.
Yeah, what this EP is called, it's called Leopard on the Loose.
Oh, yeah, it's like a 6.
Yeah, I give it a 6.5.
The font
just because,
fucks.
yeah, the font is really good, and then I actually like the way they did the credit, the curated by. I think that looks really nice because this is like their classic font.
Yeah, this is exactly what you'd expect out of it. So good job, Def Leppard. Hope you can hear.
Thank you for watching another blind EP review. I'm Carson. This has been Logan. This has been Logan. He is only here for this long, and he's leaving after today. Make sure you subscribe and hit like for that.